My name is Hyrum Skelton, and for my PowerPoint presentation, I will be focusing on Mark Langan, the upcycling artist. Mark Langan is a very unique artist for multiple reasons. One of these is he is a born and bred artist with a history of artists in his family, including a cartoonist, an illustrator, and a watercolor artist. But he is also a self-proclaimed, self-taught artist, specifically in the usage of cardboard boxes as an artistic medium. This all started for him in 2003 on Trash Day. He was preparing some cardboard boxes and he noticed the wavy medium in between the middle of the paper sides of the boxes, and he said it started to fascinate him because it was giving off a sort of kinetic energy. He said he wanted to try and harness it to implement it into an artistic piece. So he grabbed a couple of boxes and he began to experiment. He said that he cut apart some of the boxes and started to try and piece them together. He wasn't really trying to build anything. He was simply seeing how the cardboard would respond and react. He was pleased to discover that cardboard is a very responsive artistic medium. He was so pleased, in fact, that he decided that he wanted to not only experiment, he wanted to try and build art pieces. He wanted to sculpt with it. Now, that was in the beginning of Mark Langan's now very professional and very inspiring story. When asked why he continues to use cardboard as his main medium, he said, "Cardboard is a ubiquitous product that connects virtually with every person on the planet. It is because of how abundant cardboard is that Langan loves using it. Everyone is familiar with cardboard. It is almost impossible to go through your daily life without seeing cardboard at least once. That's why he loves it. It is abundant and it is very evident. Not only is he never at a loss for materials, but everybody knows what cardboard is. He loves showing people just what you can do with cardboard, or anything really, if you let your imagination run wild." When asked about his motivations to be an artist, where he got ideas and what he tried to aspire to be as an artist, one of the names he brought up was Andy Warhol. Langan says, "I am a huge fan of Warhol. He was absolutely brilliant and very controversial. He made a following taking common everyday items and using them to create iconic art. This is something that Langan strives to do in his work as well. One of the differences between himself and Warhol is Warhol focused on 2D imagery. Langan says that he is superior in the fact that he takes common-day items and uses them to create 3D art." Now, not to discredit Warhol in any way, of course, Langan just believes that three-dimensional art today has more of an impact than two-dimensional art does. That being said, Langan says that Warhol is still one of his heroes, and as Andy Warhol was known for his Campbell soup creations, he wants to be known as that box recycling guy. Langan says that nature is another one of his greatest sources of inspiration. This scene actually comes from Ohio, in a forest close by his home. This scene depicts maple leaves and acorns, all of which can be found very prevalently in the state of Ohio, specifically by the forests. Langan says he is fascinated by the simplicity and the beauty that can be found in nature, and he loves the little byproducts that nature makes, like seashells or leaves or acorns. The beauty that nature seemingly casts aside, Langan wishes to collect and preserve in his own pieces of art. And that's what this piece has done. Langan says that creating is wonderful. It energizes us and allows us to be free as individuals. This is so true for Langan. You can see how much he loves his work. In this piece and in all the pieces in this slideshow, it is very evident that he enjoys creating and working with his material of choice. One of the biggest reasons for Langan's fame is his being the green, eco-friendly recycling artist. Now, when he first started using cardboard as an artistic medium, that was never his intent. He didn't want to be known as the recycling artist. There wasn't a cause to get behind, and he really, frankly, wasn't interested. But now, with sustainability and eco-friendliness being such a big issue, especially for large companies, Langan is willing to help these companies portray their logos in an eco-friendly and green fashion, specifically using recycled cardboard. That's where a lot of his commissions come from, actually, from large companies that are trying to raise their status quo by appearing more sustainable and more eco-friendly. This piece is another one that was inspired by nature. Langan says this piece was inspired by walking down the beach and seeing the seashells and the starfish and the little bits of smaller shells that were discarded by the ocean and seemed unwanted almost, hence the name Ocean's Purge. Langan says that corrugated cardboard allows me to express myself with challenges in each and every project as I strive for beauty and mastering perfection to my craft. I feel like Langan is speaking to us as artists. We need to find our craft. We need to be able to master it and find the beauty in it. Even when we feel like what we do isn't good enough and so we discard it, perhaps to someone else wandering, they will be like the shells that the ocean discards. They will be beautiful and they will be inspiring. So it is my hope that we will be able to learn from Mark Langan to be brave and to be appreciative for what we have and strive to master that which we have been gifted with. My name is Hyrum Skelton, and this has been my PowerPoint presentation on Mark Langan, the upcycling artist.